with energy and types of energy being a big debate under the Golden Dome, I'd like to get both of your views on fracking and fracking in the state of Georgia.
Fracking, fracking can be, it's my turn, am I supposed to?
Yes, sir.
Let me talk. But I think we need to learn from our history. You know, there are many deep cuts and gullies over in the mountains near Dahlonega that are a remnant of the way gold was mined over there through the years, where they would quite literally take high pressure water hoses and wash away the side of the mountain until they found the gold vein. And that had a terrible effect on the ecosystem, but also left a scar and basically hurt the economy for years because they mined the gold and they left. I know that I had conversations with John Meadows about his anti-fracking bill, and I know that there were a lot of concern that that would only open up and set a group of rules for people to follow. But it's much better to have a thoughtful set of rules in place than to just either say absolutely there can't be any fracking, or have no rules in place and let it be, the Wild West. There has to be something thoughtful that comes with like that bill did. It was a combination of input from people in the mining industry, people in environmental concern groups, and the Department of Natural Resources. The hard part about fracking is it allows you to go in, as I understand it, and you could go in on this piece of property, but go under and affect this piece of property over here. And basic property rights, that's class number 1 of law school is property rights, and I think that's sort of issue number 1 of our country. We have to protect our property owners and our beauty, but also help our economy.
Yeah, from my understanding, Georgia's a good opportunity for fracking. On the city council, had a group come to us, and they had actually already been to Cave Springs, and that group who came to us actually is the one we shared the information with Johnny, and Johnny actually introduced it. And I wasn't sure how I thought about the group when it came, but they brought up some good points that I hadn't thought about. Fracking can be a good thing for the economy and resources that we have, but what we didn't have in place, and this is why Johnny did the legislation for this, is because there were no regulations on it. And if he hadn't done that, they could have came in here, went ahead and started doing it without any kind of regulations at all. They weren't even having to do any of the regulations like standard, the old people and water. And so what Johnny did was just make it to where if you're going to do it, you got to at least abide by the rules and be fair and not unjust. And Jesse's right. You can go with the property and it's like really far down, and you don't have rights after so far. And so, and there's concerns and actions that have happened up in the northern part of the country where they're saying that they call earthquakes and they call other damages on the property, but it's being fought probably in the courts that are trying to figure out if it really has or if it's just someone trying to get money from the fracking industry. But yeah, I think it could be a good thing for Georgia, but I mean, Johnny started it right by starting to get regulations on it.